literally could feel like her hands on her body. This is a very, very, very real thing without. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I have a little specific person inspiration. It's just a really lovely story that one of my clients emailed me. She's getting a lot of movement and unfolding, a lot of shifting and a lot of shifting and changes of her feelings, and also seeing proof in her reality through her parents of support and acceptance, because this was part of her story of rejection, not being good enough, not being seen and heard for who she is and how she was created, because she's absolutely perfect. We all are perfect exactly how we were created. Okay. So we all have this little story kind of in us that we're not good enough, that something about us, that we have to do something more to be good enough, to be seen, to be loved, cherished, adored. And it's just a lie. It's completely untrue. It's BS. But anyway, so she emailed me some really amazing movement with her and her specific person, and then some experiences that she had. That's a very real thing that I'm going to share. And I had a lot of those same experiences when things were unfolding with me and my mirror soul. So it is definitely a thing. So I'll get into that. It's a little spicy. The last thing that she just emailed me of just some more beautiful signs and synchronicities. And I'll just remind you guys when I read this what signs and synchronicities are. Okay. So before I read this, if you want me to be your coach to help you manifest your specific person back, or just improve the communication between the two of you, or to change the dynamic, feel free to email me a short description to kim@coreunion.com. Then go to my website, coreunion.com. You can book either a single session or a package. Most people do prefer the package, and then my scheduling assistant will get back to you with my next available. All right, let me dive right into this, and I pray that it helps inspire you. So she wrote, "Hi, Kim. I just got back from attending a play with my parents, and the entire evening felt like it had a special kind of energy. First, the ushers, who had completely ignored me during a previous visit, suddenly went out of their way to make me feel welcome. They joked that they hadn't even seen me the last time and begged me for their forgiveness. This was a playful exchange, it sparked something in me, a sense of alignment and inspired action. As I reached my seat, one of the staff members gave me a knowing look, almost as if he was in on everything that was about to unfold. Right before the performance began, I spotted my specific person. She was standing in the wings, deep in conversation with someone, pacing and making a few animated gestures. Suddenly, she locked eyes with me, smiled, and said something to the person she was speaking with. That person even leaned out slightly to take a closer look at me, directly at me. What happened next was such a moment of connection. She returned her focus to me with the biggest grin, closed the door dramatically, and stepped into view with this playful confidence the way she was walking. During intermission, she lingered near the stage area close to where I was seated. And although we didn't directly interact, there was this unmistakable energy between us. It's what she is describing here not only is felt between you and your specific person, but also all the people around you too. It's unmistakable. At one point, as she moved backstage during the second act, she accidentally knocked something over while looking at me. A lot of people around kind of caught that and kind of giggled a little bit. So it was really cute. It was such a light and joyful moment, and it felt like we were sharing this unspoken thing throughout this evening. Then came the curtain call. As the cast and crew returned to their bows, my SP stepped out, and my mother, who was historically unsure about my relationship with her, pinched my arm gently, nudging me to stand and give her a standing ovation. It was such a small act, but it carried so much meaning. I could feel the shift in her acceptance of me, and it brought tears to my eyes. After the performance, my parents and I went to a nearby restaurant that I really love. I felt so inspired that I checked ticket availability for an upcoming show, and to my surprise, there was one seat left directly behind hers. I booked it instantly, along with tickets for another performance later in the season. The most profound part of the evening, though, wasn't just the external moments, it was the deep sense of oneness that I felt with her, a connection that transcended words or actions. Reflecting on it, I realized that even as a child, I had been calling out to her in my own way, setting the stage for this moment of alignment. Thank you for helping me to see and feel this connection so clearly, and I'm so excited for what's to come. And then she went on and she emailed me a couple days after that, and she described something that is not it's a very real thing when it comes to deep, deep, deep soul connections. And by the way, when I say that, that doesn't mean that I'm discounting your experience if you're not kind of having a deep soul connection. If you just want to manifest more communication with somebody that you really love, that you have a crush on, you can totally do that. If you still aren't sure if your specific person is the one that you want to be with for the rest of your life, that's okay too. You can manifest getting to know each other more. So, of course, if you want to manifest more communication, dating somebody more, getting to know someone more, then do it. If you're not sure yet if this is the person you want to spend your life with, that's okay. You don't have to make it into something that you're unsure of yet. Okay. But now back to deep soul connections. There is this definite, very real thing, does involve intimacy. She sent me an email because this was something that never happened to her before. She was there watching something and she wasn't thinking naughty thoughts at all. And all of a sudden, it was as if she felt something very real happen physically to her. And she was like really shocked and it felt really good. And then a little bit later, she was in bed going to sleep, imagining that she was snuggling up with her specific person. All of a sudden, it was as if she could feel her specific person touching her body. She could feel her specific person on top of her, kissing, and literally could feel like her hands on her body. This is a very, very, very real thing. Without sharing personal and private details of me and my mirror soul, we have both talked about this. I have confirmed with them when that is happening, it's happening in both of our minds. Okay. So, anyway, the last thing that I want to share was she just emailed me a really nice synchronicity. And remember, when you have these synchronicities, that you don't want to affirm that it's going to happen. When you have these beautiful synchronicities, you just want to be super thankful and grateful for your life together, for your union together with your person. So she wrote, I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I just had to share with you a totally amazing sign. I absolutely love real jewelry. It makes me feel really abundant, and I have quite a collection. For Christmas, my parents gave me a beautiful bracelet that is effectively a subtle pride bracelet. Delicate precious stones of the rainbow in an elegant setting. That's huge and massive because, again, one of the stories that she experienced as a child was not being accepted as being who she was born to be, who she was created to be. That she and I had the same exact story. It wasn't around my parents, though. It was around basically society, that it wasn't okay being who I was naturally, who I was exactly how I was, that I wasn't good enough. So having her parents give her this, along with that nudge that the mother gave her to stand up and support your specific person, massive. Just proof that she's really loving herself and accepting herself now. So then she wrote, they also gave me a large aquamarine ring, my birthstone, which is March 12th, and a beautiful 3-stone emerald ring, which is my specific person's birthstone. They know about the bracelet, which I really appreciate, but there is no way for them to have known about the birthstone. So I was really delighted with this. So that is unmistakably amazing, an amazing synchronicity. And again, when you see signs, synchronicities, it's not that something is coming. It's not that something's going to happen. You double and triple down on being thankful for your union together, for your life together, because it's signs precede, they do not follow. Okay, so it's already done. And that was a Neville Goddard quote. Anyway, I love you so much. Please do affirm down below that you completely know that your end exists already with you and having whatever it is that you're manifesting. So insert it in the comment, claim it. Okay. You really want to claim it that you know your power. Okay. I love you so much. If you need me, just reach out and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.